Yay, you exist! Welcome, Avery. Welcome the 0 other people who have showed up so far. I need to make sure all my stuff is working. It is. So hello, good evening. I am Twin for the one of you who already knows these things. I am Twin, but it's good to make sure. It's good to make sure just in case someone doesn't know. Well, looks like player has decided to make me log in again. That's unfortunate. You are a solid competitor. I've got one other who used to show up all the time, but he hasn't been around lately, so... So, we are still very heavily modded. Still lots and lots and lots of parts. But I have slimmed down pretty decently. I cut out 40-ish mods, I think. And some of those were really big mods, so that has cut down the initial load times by quite a bit, which is very nice. It's down to 14 to 15 minutes instead of the previous 21 to 23 minutes. So we're getting there. A couple other big mods that I want to test out over some time and see if they can be removed as well. We're down to about 25 seconds to load up the vehicle assembly bay. But I do have a plan for tonight. I mean, I plan to play Kerbal, but I have a backup plan in case that fails. I'm going to go back to oxygen not included, because that was fun. So, if this hard crashes on me and, you know, no one wants to sit around and wait for 15 minutes to relaunch, we'll pop in the oxygen not included to get going. Alright, so let me move my chat window a little bit so I can see things. Alright, so I have also been learning a little bit more about some of the mods. We've got, let's pop this thing down for now. We've got this option here, which tells you about the mass and build time. Now the build time is related to I don't know which mod specifically is giving this one. Oh, it says at the bottom, extraplanetary launch pads. Right. So the build time is related to when you go out in space and build this in space. There's a build cost and stuff required. So that's where the material kits and all that stuff comes in. So this will eventually be handy, but not right now. But ultimately, you can build a ship here and then go out into your space station and have it built in space, ready to go. So you can skip the initial phases of launch, which is very nice. I don't know for sure though how much effort it is to ship up these material kits. So it's entirely possible that these material kits are just as difficult to launch into space as the actual ship itself. So who knows? Nice, the Far From Home mod. Yep, that's one of the things I wanted to test out. And I don't know if I'll be able to figure it out for sure in creative mode, or in, not creative, career mode, is the Far From Home extraplanetary launch pads, and there's also one other that allow you to craft your ships out in space or elsewhere. So I wanted to see, you know, which one of those is the best, and just stick with that one and just scrap the rest of them. But for right now, I've got all of them installed, and we'll see. Alright, so I did slim down some mods. I am curious to see which ones are left that are useful. I kept Blue Dog. So last night I found out that Blue Dog and FASA both attempted to replicate a large number of real NASA ships. Cat, stop doing things. So both of them attempted to replicate NASA ships, and I ended up liking Blue Dog's implementation better because their textures were better, as well as the fact that Blue Dog attempted to read. Stop it! Stay a silly cat. Blue Dog attempted to rename them, reskin them, to make them more Kerbal-y, whereas FASA was essentially a direct replication. So I opted for Blue Dog, which cut that amount in half. You're playing slowly on career. Alright. Well, I'm also playing slowly on career, considering how long it takes to load everything. But one of the things I want to show you here is my mod list, currently sorted by size. And KSP Interstellar Extended is the largest remaining mod. The next one being Kerbal Origins. And Kerbal Origins adds like 5 new planets, plus a couple extra moons. So I'm hesitant to remove this one because it's got a lot of potential. But I want to make sure that those planets are functional. Like if I can go to them and land on them and get science from them. Because if I can't get science from them from, say, other mods that may or may not be compatible, they're less useful to me. And that would be a nice removal of almost 100 megs worth of space. So... oh yes. Oh yes. And I totally get that, but this is long-term plans. Like, I don't want to get 10, 15, 20 hours into a career mode only to find out I should have added something ages back, and it's more difficult to add it now. So that's one of my concerns, is I want to make sure that everything's functional and working from the beginning so that I don't have to worry about it later. What I am going to do, though, is try to pare them down. It seems that removing mods is pretty painless, except for any ships that you've built right here. Any ships that you've built that have parts in them from a mod that you've removed, it just straight up says, can't load it, done. So I don't want to get to a point where I have built ships in space that are functional and serving purposes to me, only to remove a mod and suddenly have them deleted, which I have been told does happen. So that's a concern of mine. So we have science to do. That is an interesting... oh yes, this mod. I looked at this mod. It's fascinating. So this is mystery goo, but it's in an enclosure. And this enclosure is a modular component. So that is fascinating. But let's get... let's do... I want to do more unmanned, because I think sticking with the unmanned before manned mentality will be nice. So let's do another one of these. And then I want to go to my new favorite mod, the Janitor's Closet. Very tiny button at the bottom here, but it lets you open up a mod filter. And you can look at specific mods, or you can switch to module size and look at specific size pieces. As of right now, I cannot make a lander. Because as of right now, I am very early in the career mode, so I don't have very many bits. I don't know what you were saying, Avery. Cat, what do you want? If you want attention, you have to come up here. Come on. Come on. There you go. Yeah, that happens sometimes with Mixer's hosting methods. So, yeah, it's kind of weird like that. Cat, seriously, calm down. Cat. Cat. Your puppy is flabby and my cat is just obnoxious. There is Blue Dog in here, absolutely. Alright, so for right now, let's show all mods and hope it doesn't explode on me. No explosion, good. Now let's see about module size. Let's hide all module size and show size 0. Laying in your head? Alright. That, as long as you're able to breathe, that's fine. Well, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad that was enough to bring you in. Well, here's a brief glimpse of my list. I have them sorted by physical size, so that I can get an idea of which ones are the heaviest hit to my RAM. And I'm going to try to weed them down as I play. But yes, I had 255, I think it was, and I've pared it down to 216. Either by removing duplicated mods or removing ones that I just didn't like. There was one that started with the C, and it sounded like a Hispanic name. I don't recall exactly what it was. But that one was in the neighborhood of 200. Or it was in the neighborhood of 2 gigs, I think? I don't remember the size, but it was very large. It was twice as big as Interstellar. And I didn't like any of the textures or models, so I canned it. And it significantly helped my load times, so... I know, right? SSTU, you're going to have to be a little bit more... less acronymy. Because I don't know what SSTU is. Alright, so this is this one. Let's see what we have for engines. That is not a size 0. That is not a size 0. However, we do have another mod that is very handy. The scale mod. And I can shrink it. However, this piece is reporting as a 0.65 or a 0.625. Low part solutions. Okay. It's not that links aren't allowed necessarily. It's just that I try to stop spammers from coming in. So unfortunately, it's a ask for permission situation. Okay, so that's single stage to U? Usually it's single stage to orbit, but single stage to underpants? I don't know what the U would be. Let's see what we have for mods. Sorting. Yes, extend selection. I would like to do that. Sort by mod, single stage, single something. No? I don't have any SS, and I don't have any single something something. There is one mod, though, that I have that allows you to... it allows you to tie in decouplers into tanks to save on your decoupling part count, which is nice. I am actually curious, Blade, if this actually is tiny, or if this is just tinier than tiny. Oh yeah, this is tinier than tiny. This part is a 0.12, sorry. So then I can actually shrink this one down. Come on, let go. So I can shrink this down to... Oh, that'll be fine. Yeah, that was very tiny. It was more unexpectedly tiny than I thought. So now the other thing that I've been struggling with is the engines. Let's see if we can make this extra tiny. No, this one cannot be made tiny. Well, that's no fun. There is USI in here. So we are dealing with... I did USI primarily for life support, but I'm noticing that it's got a lot of nippy parts as well. Alright. So first off, once we shrunk this, we are down to 0.5 liquid fuel. Sounds like something that might not be good. But this one is using 0.28 per second. So, I mean, that means it's only got about 2 seconds to, yeah. What's the 6.4x rescale mod? Does that literally just make everything bigger? I've got manual rescaling on, so you can manually change the scale here. This one is 1.5 per second, so that's not good. Oh, that's a solid rocket booster, never mind. Oh, the planets. I'm not sure I would want to do that, honestly. Like, I mean, I get that the planets are not to scale. Like, I've seen that, and it makes sense. But at the same time, they're already pretty sizable to attempt to navigate. Oh. Oh! There we go. I don't know how much it's going to use, but it's going to use a little bit. Okay, so let's show all and get some wings on here. That'll be fine, right? That'll be fine. I don't know if those will be enough to actually do any control, but let's do it anyway. Yeah, I noticed the solid clusters, and I did try to use them at one point. I'm mostly testing something right now. I had an issue yesterday where as soon as my first stage went off, I would automatically be bounced away from my ship, as in refocused to Kerbal rather than focused on my ship. And then when I refocused on the ship again, I had control over the stages, but there was no more gravity. And thrust was no longer useful. So the ship would just go forever. So I'm hoping that that is resolved now. I haven't seen it in quite some time. But we will know if my thrust goes down to infinite here. Geiger counter. Okay. So far, we have gravity. It's fine. It's fine. So that was my main test, is just to make sure I still had gravity. And yay, gravity! So I'm going to revert that, because that was pointless. As soon as it lets me revert. There we go. I never thought I'd be so happy to have gravity. Well, thank you. It's all Pretzel. Pretzel's the awesomeness behind this music. Let's give it a little bit more control surface. And then I also need to actually throw on a parachute. Yes. This. I wonder if the parachutes are resizable. Hey, Joko, welcome back. Pretzel, as in the salty snack, indeed. I cannot resize this parachute. That's unfortunate. I cannot resize any of these parachutes, actually. Can I strap on a parachute and not make it smaller? Okay. You are correct, Joko. I went a little bit overboard. So, I don't like this thing at all. So that's going to go away. We are going to do... Let's see, does this have sass on it? A little bit, okay. So let's start with this probe core and see where we can get with it. I like it's got the RCA jacks on the side. That's cute. Okay, so this is a resize, and this is a 0.625. Okay, so let's go back to janitor's closet here and size, and show only the size zeros, and see if that helps us. I have always been the mod it till it breaks category. It's more like I like options. So when I see that I can add in a boatload of parts, I'm gonna add in a boatload of parts. There's just no question to that. All right, so let's get in. Let's do payload. And then decoupler. No, we want parachute next. That's fine. That can land upside down. I don't care. And then decoupler. And then parachute. Okay. So that means that my next stage will have a parachute as well. Yeah, and the only one I don't have of that is the SSTU. What is the U for, by the way? Normally it's single stage to orbit, so... Let's see. Filter compatible. SSTU brings up that. No. It is not in the compatible mods section. It is not in the all section. It's not in CCAN. That would probably be why I haven't found it. And that's unfortunate, because CCAN is pretty nice. CCAN checks for updates and all that stuff. Alright, so let's see about jamming some science on here. Actually, I'm kind of to the point where I want to move my parachute nearer the top. Okay. Ah, yes, this unit. Okay. So let me grab That's not the one I wanted to grab. That's the one I wanted to grab. Okay, not the greatest thing in the world, but it works. Okay, so now we do that. And engines, we will do this one. This one. I have heard about the real solar system mod. But yeah, I'm not quite as big on realism as Scott Manley is. I would much rather live in my fantasy sci-fi world than try to do a real everything. I'm mostly just trying to get science up as high as I can get it, and then do said science for points and stuff. My next step is going to be to attempt to build some sort of roller or rover or something to get the science around the space station. Let's see. Move the mod filter a little bit. I mean, as far as thrusting goes, this one looks to be the better one. That just does not look like it would work. But we will find out. Alright, so I think that's as much as I need for all of those parts. Now I would like some... I don't have any landing bits. Do I have a structure holding up a bit? I do not appear to have that. Oh, we've got a Mark II stack decoupler. Nice. I was wondering when we were ever going to get something Mark II stack decoupler related. I always felt that the Mark II was definitely underutilized, so I've got a lot of mods in here that help with the Mark II. Because I like the shape of it. I've also got the Mark IV for that extra big feel. Alright, let's add on one of these. Now, I am concerned about this thing not standing upright. But, oh, that's right. I needed to test that stack decoupler landed at Kerbal because I crashed last time. I'll do that later. Let's see. Science. I need the rest of the science components. Although I'm almost positive that I've already done all of these experiments, except for the microwave. I haven't done the microwave yet. Unless none of this caught because I was crashing, which is very possible. That's right. I was going to do the clock underneath. Interesting. Alright. Neat. Now this one does say it's got to perform scan, but when I tried to right click on it before I couldn't. I think that might have been because of the gravity situation. So we'll try that. Alright, then I need to... Let's put this up there. I don't think that's going to matter all that much, because I want to get these around here. Scientist aboard for more science. You are correct. Except for this is unmanned. And I've been trying to stick with the unmanned for now. Just because I don't trust my rocket building skills, and I am attempting to not revert as much as I can. I'm trying to play this as legit as I can. The only time I reverted before was because I was mostly just testing to make sure I still had gravity. I am currently doing random rocket builds, so you make a good point. I probably should check. What are we gonna name this? That'll be fine. Okay, fine. Contracts, money, you know, those important things. It is indeed, Pug. I don't have an antenna. I don't even know if I have an antenna researched yet. Alright, so we have a bunch of surveys. And this is one of the things that I kind of wanted to try doing. Because this is planes. Or easier to do in planes, I suppose. But also these are all crew reports. And I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with planes enough to send crew on flight missions. So I'm hesitant on that. We have part testing. We do have a stacked decoupler landed at Kerbal ready to go. This one requires getting up really high, which I don't have very much means to do yet. This is a splash down. I don't know. Test clock on escape trajectory out of Kerbal. Now, what is the escape trajectory in this? Is escape trajectory talking about just being able to get out of the atmosphere and then back down again? Or is this talking about escape trajectory out of the orbit of Kerbal, which seems kind of excessive? Because it doesn't tell me height or anything like that. Yes. Parachutes. Parachutes on planes. I only thought of doing that once, actually, so I probably should do that more. Penguin. That mod is... Contracts Window Plus. That's the name of that mod. Escape the atmosphere. So, I mean, escape the atmosphere leads me to think that escape trajectory is just getting out of the atmosphere. So, I'm gonna take that. Yes, I'm gonna take that. And then I also will like to try to finish this one and then come back and get the escape atmosphere. Okay. Then no, I'm not positive. I am not positive at all. So this is one challenge to mod it till it breaks. Is the near 30-second load times into the vehicle's assembly building. And that seems very strange to me, Penguin. Because that's a very early mission to be trying to send me out of Kerbal's sphere of influence. That's weird. It seems very weird to me. Okay, so I'm going to grab all of this off and then do that and not save it as something. Usually they are, but I suppose if you take in mods into account, they might not have done it right. But usually the missions that show up are ones that are the ones that you are capable of doing or nearly capable of doing based on your potential science means of recovery. I think those are words that would work. Alright, so according to the mission, I am landed. Come on. Decouple. Decouple, damn you, decouple. It says no connection. And is that... Why do I have no connection? It does say no connection, which means I have no control over the damn thing. Interesting. Hey, Taco Dude, how you doing? So why does this thing not have connection? Does it need an antenna then? You are correct, Blade. Don't you dare crash on me. Hey, there we go. Not crashed. Alright, so... Hey, Sybil's hosting. Thank you. I thought you'd be playing for a lot longer tonight. I do not know why this probe core cannot connect. Like, there's got to be something. Also, I can't click on the damn thing. Why can't I click on the damn thing? That's probably a good thing, Civil. Sometimes some of those grindy bits get a little bit obnoxious. Hey, Astral, how you doing? Alright, so we're going to try to launch this and see if I have connection enough to run it. The grindy bits do get grindy. I mean, sometimes you can have some fun with it, but sometimes there's just no way around it. That's why I did all my my previous space bus Mun orbital missions off stream, because it's just too much sitting around waiting for that same nonsense to happen. So we are still showing no connection. Does anyone know enough about any of these mods to know why I have no connection? Com signal NA, first hop distance NA. So do we actually require an antenna? It shouldn't be battery, because it's got plenty of electric charge left. Well, and that's the thing, Civil, is I was under the impression that most of the pods had antennas built in. But they might not, so... Yeah, I think that might be the case. Yeah, and I do have remote tech. So it's very possible that remote tech has messed with things. It's also possible that the probes that I'm using don't have stock antennas. I wasn't seeing anything that listed stock antennas or not. I know. I was listening to that. It was kind of nice. Okay, so what do we have that says it's got a stock antenna? Unmanned. I guess I don't see anything that does say it. So let's go to communications and strap on an antenna. Would be nice not to have these long load times. We do have a connection now, though. Or whatever this means. It's green. It's green. Green is good, right? SPU operational. I don't know what SPU is, but that means I can hit that button. And it worked. Hooray! All of the buttons working. So we have a successful test. That's good. Come on, roll over. Roll over. I have no control wheel in this thing, so it's just gonna roll. Yay, plop. Okay. Exactly when to go. Alright, so now I want to grab the mission for escape the atmosphere. I almost call it the Kerbosphere. Unless we have more parts testing we can do. Nah, okay. So we are going to attempt to escape the atmosphere. What's that button do? Okay, those are the same buttons, okay. Alright. So now we can go back in here and attempt to escape the atmosphere with the liquid engine that I've got built already. Alright, so let us open this one. And make sure we've got all of our sciencey bits in place. Now, there is another thing that I've added that's going to make it challenging for me. I've added the mandatory RCS mod. I'm not sure why I did that, but I did that. And what that means is that reaction wheels are less useful. But we do have re-entry reaction thrusters. This seems like it's useful, actually. It's got 4-way RCS, monopropellant, and a parachute. That seems functional. I like that you had to tell him not to look at the code because you would probably know that he would look at the code. Alright, do we have any RCS that I can use? I don't think so. Because my concern is I won't have any control on this thing. In fact, I'm going to move these over to this side. Try to balance it a little bit. That's not what I clicked on at all. This is the one I clicked on. Oh, the B movie. Why? Why? Alright, I'm gonna try to put, I don't know. I'll try to put this here, see if it works. See if we can get it to work. Okay, so we're going to save this. I do not know for sure if this has enough thrust to go above the atmosphere, but it does have 2000 delta V, so my guess is yes. Antenna! Thank you for reminding me. I would have indeed forgotten. This is the Communitronsky, which I like because it's start retracted, start deployed, start retracted, start deployed. It doesn't seem to apparently move at all. Aha, the styrofoam cup communicator. There we go. I might actually remove this mod. As much as it amuses me, it's a little bit too silly for my taste, and I would never use it. Let's see. So this is... I guess it doesn't matter all that much. We'll use this one. Welcome back, Avery. We will see if this thing goes without exploding. And so save and launch. I can't what? I can't get rid of the mod because it's a cup? Crunchy. Alright, finish launching. We are technically stable, so we're going to go before it becomes too unstable. And I didn't stage properly because I'm dumb. Technically survived. All right, we're gonna revert that to launch and actually stage properly because I'm dumb. Essentially, Wendigo, yeah. Yep, got to run the heater to be able to break the ice up enough to break it up and actually get ice chunks out of it. Otherwise, I mean, I forgot my trusty ice pick, so you know, there's that. All right, so we'll do this first, and then we'll do this. Okay, good. I know, I always forget to check my staging, and it's terrible. I'm terrible. Alright, go. Do I have sass? I do have sass. Well, fine. I guess I'll just do it. This is an interesting engine. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. Alright, so we are going... I don't think we're going to be able to break the atmosphere here, but never know. Never know. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost there. Nice. So we actually broke the atmosphere. I do have it. It's just that I know how much delta V I need to orbit. I don't know how much I need to just break atmosphere. So I knew I had about 2,000 delta V. I just wasn't sure. Alright, so, this button. And hopefully it will do the thing. Yay, all of the things. Hooray, all of the science. So I will turn that off again. Actually, you know what, screw it. We'll leave it on. I know. It is an amazing amount of science. And we've got another amount of science, and another amount of science. Hooray, more science is happening. And yeah, I don't have the SVE clouds. I thought I added one that added some other stuff, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, I play a lot of Minecraft, yes. Unless you're asking someone else, Sniper. Yes, Civil, it does. And I believe it also drops you out of warp, or you can set it to drop you out of warp when you pass something that can do science. So I could technically get on a car and go driving around, and it will just automatically pick up the science as I go. Sniper, purely PC. The Java version of Minecraft, heavily modded. That's all I play. It is. So I will transmit it instead. Thank you for the reminder, because I would have forgotten about that. Luckily, it was 100% transmit, so. And that's one thing that I was trying to find a mod for, is making it so transmission is acceptable. But I'm not sure. I couldn't find one. Alrighty, Avery. Thanks for stopping by. The only mod that I found that would have been potentially useful was, it was one that acquired all science in the first run. so that you didn't have to make multiple trips. And I debated on that one, actually. Alright, so I'm going to actually go ahead and drop the stage. Oh, hey, look. More science. Because I think that counts as high? I don't know. I would never go vanilla. I used to do vanilla way back in early alpha of Minecraft. And I was bored of it. Like, very, very bored of it. This rocket's name is ScienceBot. I tried to name it R2-D2, but my brain just wouldn't let me. Alright, so we are on our way back down. Hopefully re-entry doesn't kill everything, because that would be obnoxious. But we are going to come back down again. We're going to unwarp for more science. Kind of like that whole unwarping and science thing. Why Wendigo? Because I haven't seen the new movies. That's why. I haven't seen any of the new movies. So here's hoping re-entry does not blow up all of my stuff. Yay! Re-entry didn't blow up all my stuff. Alright, we had slowed down enough to launch the parachute. And then we're going to fast forward to home. Hooray! My guess is Scatter was misbehaving on that one. I tried not to pay attention to it. So the other question is, where is my other component? Or is it just gone? Okay. We made it alive! Hooray! I mean, it was unmanned, so alive is relatively speaking, but still. My science did not auto-trigger again, so my guess is that I'm either not in a new biome or I don't have any storage space for it. I am curious about the settings for this. So we've got threshold of 1, so as long as there's at least one science available, I'll get it. It'll run single run experiments, it will reset the experiments if possible. I could tell it to hide the science dialogue. Now I don't know... Hide science... I don't know. Transfer is disabled. Could tell it to transfer all data, but that seems not good. Dump duplicates, drop out of warp for it. Use per craft settings. No, I'd rather that just be everywhere. I don't know. I am not ready for a man up yet. I am not ready for that. Now, the other thing I wanted to know about is the stage recovery mod, if I can find it. But I don't know where that mod is. I have no idea where the stage recovery mod is. Oh well. I will figure out stage recovery at a later time. That's why I put the parachute on my other component, because I wanted it to recover. Well, I thought there was supposed to be some sort of report telling you that you've recovered stages. Sniper, I do plan on putting someone manned in space. But what I'm doing is I'm playing this career as if my Kerbal's lives mattered. Let's just put it that way. So I'm trying not to send them up on manned missions until I'm sure it's safe. And I'm trying not to do any reverting of the flight. So if it goes wrong, I'm trying to deal with the consequences. So that means I need to make sure that my ships are as safe as possible. Ah, too many words. Yeah, I was expecting it to tell me if I failed to recover. I got almost 80 science from that run. That's nice. I like it. I recovered good chunk stuff. Okay. So let's go into here first. Okay. So no missions useful to me. So I'm going to go into here and see if I can find the stage recovery mod. But see, my question is, I just launched a ship, and I had a stage that had a parachute on it. And I saw absolutely nothing to tell me whether or not that was successful or not. And that's what I was looking for, is something to come up and say, hey, you got this thing recovered. Good for you. Good job. So I didn't see that. Alright, so we've got buttons. I do not have an SR button. I don't see any SR buttons at all. Okay. So that means it could have shown up in here. No, I'm not seeing it. I mean, I'm not seeing anything in here, so something must have gone wrong. It's important that I recovered it because I'm slim on funds. So if I'm going to lose 3,000 bucks for this stage, I would rather recover it. Is chat delayed, or am I just not reading your stuff fast enough? That's a good question. Also, I'm not using FTL, so if you're used to someone responding instantly to what you say, I'm gonna be delayed a little bit. So that's just the way it is. Let's see. So we can check. Filter installed. Do have stage recovery installed. Let me go check the page to see. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Interesting. Could it be... let me choose this. Okay, so we've got A lot of mech jet buttons. Recoupler. We've got a stage recovery button here. Okay. Let's add the colony. Let's add the robotics. Add recoupler. I'll add other buttons later. So we have a different toolbar up here. There we go. Are you talking about the little green dudes down here? They're probably cheering if they're still alive when I'm done with them, but... Alright. Yeah, one of the other mods that I installed required this one, so that's what happened. So they do show 100% recovery. So that means that I should have gotten something, but I didn't see any messages. Now the one window appears to not be working, because I should have messages up here. But it could be that the one window needs to be open for those messages. So I'm curious. But I'm not sure. So the next question is, should I attempt to launch this again and send it further away and see if I can get more science just from going places? Actually, let's see about doing this thing. No, that's not useful at all. Okay. So yes, so I will do that. Is there any other science I should add? I don't really have room for a microwave oven. I will try to add this thing and see if it's useful at all. Worst case scenario, it does nothing. Make it better? How should I make it better? I could add another stage and make it go further. Let's see about that. Let's filter. So many windows. Okay, so this one is 1.3. This is... Okay, so this is very efficient, but terrible thrust. So what I might do is I might take this. Oh, that's right. I was failing at that button. Okay. So I'm going to take this off, take this off. Come on. And... Oh, that's an interesting engine. That's got balls out thrust. So this... If I did this engine, it would be 10 seconds of thrust. But it'd be really, really big thrust. So, go. It's the go button. Yeah, so I'm going to take this one. And then I'm going to shroud it like that. So that'll be a second stage. Okay. So, let's do staging. This is the go button. And then these two. So, go, and then decouple. Oh, but the TWR on that is terrible. Okay, so instead, this engine needs to go away to this engine, perhaps. That's got hella go. Okay. So, this one go, and then decouple and parachute. And then decouple and parachute. Decouple, go, parachute. Okay, there we go. Decouple, go, parachute. And then up here we've got decouple, parachute. So we recalculate, and our first stage has 40-something% chance of recovery. So it does not have a good enough parachute on it. So if I do this, can I double up the parachutes? %90-something chance. Okay. I thought you had to. I'll have to read up on that. I'm okay with triggering the parachutes anyway, though, because the chutes are smart enough that they don't launch until they are at a safe speed and altitude. So I'm fine with triggering them. Okay. So this should be able to go, hopefully. So let's save the science bot. Triggered! Should I attempt to orbit with this one? And if I do, I should take the mission. What's my mission currently? Clock on escape trajectory out of Kerbal. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to do that right now. I might even abandon that mission, because I'm not ready for escape trajectory out of Kerbal anytime soon. But I am going to go take the orbit mission. Orbit Kerbal. Alrighty, sniper. Did I actually accept that mission, or am I just being dumb? Okay, I did take it. I thought I was being dumb for a second there. Alright, so back into the vehicle assembly bay. Now, there's some really exciting parts that I'm really interested in doing, but they are much further down the tech tree. One of them that I really want to do, the total ship cost is somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 billion. Just putting that out there. Wait, use Xbox app for what? I are confused. Okay, so go. All of my staging went to hell. What the hell? Okay, so go, and then we want parachute, parachute. Actually, that doesn't matter. Parachute, parachute, launch, go, and then parachute, go, and then that. Okay, so stage recovery button, recalculate. We're good. We don't have a recalculation up here, though. It does not tell me all of my stages. Oh, yes, it does. I'm just being dumb. Okay. So we've got... Actually... we don't have quite enough fuel. So what if I add another fuel tank? So much crap. Either another fuel tank, or I could strap on some solid boosters. I need to do this. There we go. That is not nearly enough, so those are pointless. Let's see. That's too much. That's also too much. I mean, it would probably work, but this is a little bit more reasonable. Okay, so that's reasonable. However, we have a clipping issue, so I'm going to drop this and see about a different engine. This one, perhaps? I wonder if those are going to catch on fire. That's a concern. What else we got? Okay. I mean, that seems to be good. And recovery, we are supposedly 100%. Which I disbelieve, but let's find out. Make all of those go at the same time? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So this is a relatively expensive ship. But oh well. Let's see if we can do orbit with this thing. Son of a crap! I am 8 parts over my 30-part limit. I disapprove. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Mixer lately. It is unfortunate. So what I will do instead is 2 of these. Actually, let's do 3 of them. Meh. And then we can do 3 of these. That almost worked. Come on. Why are you not? Why? Why? Why are you doing the thing? Interesting. It broke. Okay, there we go. Control Z is your friend. Alright, so we are at 31 parts. So I can remove something. And I think I will remove this something. Not that something. I'll remove this something. Because this something I was not able to get to run an experiment before, so... Alright, 30 parts. Save. Launch. Hopefully it actually stands. Because it is a tall beast. Oh, we're doing science. Alright, so I will transmit that one. I'll keep that one. Keepy. Okay. So we need to retract. Alright, so we've stood. Standing is good. I did not remember to stage these in at the first stage. Stage. We're good with that. Good with that. Okay. So supposedly, this can orbit. Now, I have not taken the Scott Manley course on effective orbiting. And I don't think I have any MechJeb parts that I can auto orbit, because I'm pretty early in that. I don't know. Buttons? Buttons. Oh, we have a whole bunch of buttons in here. Stage recovery, colony. Can I use MechJeb though? And or how do I use MechJeb? Yeah, but I feel like I should earn MechJeb. And I don't know which button to use. Like, I literally don't know how to use MechJeb yet, because I haven't touched it yet. So is it just that MechJeb button? No, because that just brings me back up to there. Okay. I do believe I have the mod that does that. I did the mod that does that for Kerbal Engineer, and it was Kerbal Engineer and MechJeb at the same time, so I should have the module. Well, the reason I'm considering MechJeb right now is that I have like 3,250 Delta V. And you need, what, 3,200? Unless 3,200 is not the right number. Do I have the Pedia, and does it work? Uh, 3,400. Okay, so I should not be able to orbit. No, wait, I'm at 3,900. I forgot. I'm at 3,900. Delta V stats. There's a button for that. For the love of God, there's a button for that. Okay, so we've got 3,900 Delta V. FAR does change that amount. That's a good point. Did not realize that. Alright, so Delta V sets, orbit info, that's just info. So how do I do the thing? Some modules are disabled until you unlock the proper node in the research and development tree. So that might be a thing, is that I don't have the button for auto-orbiting. So that means I probably don't... Haha! Joko not happening. Absolutely not happening. It takes 15 minutes to reload my game. So I might consider it, but MechJeb supposedly is able to do all of the things that you're talking about. Alright, well, we're gonna have to do this manually then. Are we ready? We are ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, hey, look, science. Oh, hey, look, science. All of the science. This is with a solid-state drive. This is with a solid-state drive. It's just a lot of bloody mods. And this is also me turning. This is me turning hard. Why did that engine not go, by the way? Alright. Well, that's, fail. Absolutely fail. Fuck it, go! Why are we, God damn it. I was expecting the thrust to be maxed out, so... Oh well. Alright, we're gonna see what we can do with this. It's not gonna be good, but we're gonna do it anyway because we're already here. Yes, and I had the thrust automatically set to max at all times. But apparently that setting has been reset. Do we have the option here? No. No. So I was just very used to the thrust being always 0, or always maxed out when I launched. So that was something that I was not expecting. And this engine does not have enough thrust to do anything useful. So we are going to counter burn as much as we can. But we're still losing. Okay. So we're just going to parachute everything and hope for the best. Whoops. Well, that thing's out of control now. And it's gonna nosedive straight to the ground. I don't know. Do we count that as a reset? Because I mean, that was purely me just for screwing up on thrust. Do we count that as a reset or not? I don't know. I mean, we're making it alive. We got science out of the deal. So, I mean, I guess it's not terrible. Yeah, but Arctic, you just woke up. You missed the rules. Uh-oh. Oh, hey, parachute. It went off. I was also counting resets as if I screwed up with stupid settings like staging that I always forget. But, I mean, we recovered the stage. And we recovered this stage. No resets for PepCag. Okay. Alright. We'll count it. We're good. I mean, everything's survived for the most part. So we are fast forwarding back down to the ground. heard something explode over here. I don't know. What's that? Alright. Oh, we're sinking. And also water is buggy. Notifications. No. I did not see the notifications. So it's not showing up in here, which is odd. The little radar things with the 4? Say what? I literally don't know what you're talking about. Top right. Radar things with the 4. Okay. Contract complete. Escape the atmosphere. Escape the atmosphere. Decoupler. So these are old messages. And these are records. None of those are recovery stages. We're also sinking, so I'm going to recover the vessel before I go too deep. I don't know how too deep is, but we're going too deep. I guess we're going down forever. Because I can't recover this vessel. At the very least, I'm going to make it land on its butt. As best as I can, at least. So I can't recover this. Yeah, I wasn't really prepared for the whole underwater situation. Like, I don't think I was even aware that I added a mod that did that. Good thing to note. So, Space Center it is. Or it's just broken, because I can't Space Center either. Pretty sure this counts as broken. No, that is not stock behavior. Everything floats in this game. Everything has always floated up until I added mods. So, no, it is not stock behavior. As soon as you splashed down in the ocean, you were good. There was no underwater. Yup. 100%. Always been that way. Which means you've been playing with mods for too long. Alright, so I can't Space Center, I can't recover vessel, so I'm guessing something broke. And I'm also not getting recovery, which is obnoxious. So I'm going to revert that, I think. Because I can't actually exit this. Unless I can do Space Center here. Okay, so it's not letting me because it's moving. Got it. Interesting. Well, I realize I need flotation now. It's just that I've never needed it before. Yeah, that's a little bit too much time with mods. All right, so we are forever sinking. And I'm going to let it sink. I'm going to let it sink. Because I screwed up. Hopefully it will eventually land and can be recovered. Or get crushed like a tin can into the way of the ocean. One or the other. One of those two things will happen. Alright, so this science bot needs to be recovered. Okay. Everything else I can recover? Nope. Okay. Hey, I have a thing I can recover. Interesting. Okay. I have played Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I played a little bit of Fallout 4, but I kind of lost interest. So, but yeah, I played a few hundred hours of Fallout 3, I think. So is there a setting for stage recovery? Mod is enabled. Let's see. Recover science, recover Kerbals. Failure messages, success messages. I mean, everything's on. So I don't know what's up with that, honestly. But I'm going to try relaunching that same ship after adding flotation. Because apparently that's an important thing. Curse you, Hangouts. Why are you doing that? Ah, yes. I don't remember enough to be able to help you with that. It's been a long time since I've played Fallout 3. I would say your best bet if you're wanting help is just Google how to get into the Lamplight, because I don't remember what the requirements are to get into there. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do actually with this is leave it staged as it is, with the solids first, and then the liquid. And then hopefully that will provide less thrust to weight at the start, so less initial heavy acceleration to hopefully not burn off my nodes that are up here. Let's test. Calculate. Okay, we're good there. Now, I don't know if flotation counts under here. These are all chutes. I don't know if I have flotation, is the other concern. And I also don't know what I'd be looking for if I did have flotation. Oxygen tanks. Radial supplies, walkie-talkies. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have any flotation. So I'm going to actually exit out and go into the research, because I do have research points I haven't spent yet. And see if I can get some flotation. Because that would be nice. Okay, so this is science. This is enhanced survivability, so I'm assuming flotation is going to be in here somewhere. Inflatable escape pods, inline fuel tanks. I don't know how these count as survivability. Like, that seems kind of silly to me. Oh, it's a monopropellant tank for the derpy escape pod. So, I guess. Derpy supply bags. Inline inflatable floats, okay. So this is good. I will research that. Now this is more science, and probably a lot of science. So should I get this one, or should I go with rockets? Oh, I know. This tech tree is redonkulous. Like, look at that mess. Look at this mess. Oh yeah, community tech tree was a requirement for some of the mods. I know, right? Like I don't even know where to start. And almost every single tech tree component has like 100 different parts on it. Yes. Mech jet. Might that be under flight control? I mean, I don't really want to sit here and read all of the different parts that are available. And I don't know what I'm looking for offhand. I would suspect control is where it's at. Hey, there's a mech jeb. Researched. Alright, so I've got 48 left, so I can't get this anyway, so I'm not going to bother looking in here. Alright, so we've got stability. And that's going to include engines and RCS. Okay. So, do we want stability with radial decouplers and whatnot, plus struts and a little bit of RCS, I think? Or do we want rockets to go big and go boom? Because go big and go boom sounds kind of good. I'm taking votes right now. Oh wait, 18 and 20. I'm getting both of them. Because I'm dumb. Alright, now I've got 10 research left, so I can't get anything else. But Blade, I just got a module from regular flight control, not advanced flight control. Oh. That's confusing. Like, what's the point of the piece to put on the module, or on the rocket, if it doesn't do anything? I'm confused. But okay. Missions. Mostly just part testing. Boosters in flight. Rockets in flight. No. I don't see why not. I would say, you know, if you search for MechJeb, that companion mod is one of the first things that comes up. Yeah, I agree. I mean, part of the problem with the tech tree is it's up to each individual mod maker to put their parts wherever they see fit. So in the opening tech tree, there was 140 items in there, and a lot of them didn't make sense to be in the opening tech tree. So, I mean, if the mod maker doesn't care about career mode, is only worried about sandbox and building sandbox parts, then the tech tree just goes to hell. Right, and I know Blade has some desire to do that, but that is a hell of a task, honestly. Alright, so we are back in here, and now we have floaties. So let's get floaties on our ship. I think I'm going to leave it as it is, though. I might dig through the science to see if there's more science bits that I can put in here. Itchy ear. Itchy ear. Okay. But we need floaty bits first. So I'm assuming... Do floaty bits go into parachutes? Is there other... That's ground construction. So like these things, for example. This is the Mark 1 Orca command pod. That was in the opening tech tree. Like there's no right for this to be in the opening tech tree. But it was there. So there were some things I had to ignore that I had access to because they really are not things I should have had access to. Life support bag. Okay. You know you want to redo the tech tree. Don't lie. Alright, so these are all life support parts. I'm looking to see if I have readily accessible floaties, but it doesn't look like it. So those are going to be under utility then. Life support is in here. I don't need to worry about it yet because I'm doing purely unmanned missions, but yes, I will need to worry about that at some point. Airliner window. Nifty. Ooh. That's interesting. It gives a line of sight marker? Weird. I don't know what the point of that is. Airbags. Do these float? Well, I was just going all over the damn place. Outrigger sea floats. Ah, these orange things. Okay. Oh, they only have the big ones. Can we shrink them? They cannot be shrunked. Okay. Radial inflatable floats. There we go. Okay. So we don't need the large. We can do the smalls. All right. So these can go somewhere. It's adorable. I was just checking which direction they come out, so I didn't accidentally put it on the wrong direction. Okay. So now that I know what they look like, I'll be able to find them easier. Unless there's other floaties. Does not look like it. So there's these floaties, and I'm curious what these look like deployed. Yay! Oh, dear God. Okay. That is definitely large. That button didn't work. There we go. So I'm guessing that the airbags do not float, even though they look like they would, and probably should float, but... Alright, so let's see about adding more science first then. So I'm going to do payload and add another service bay, I think. And then, science! Yeah, I figured that was it. I saw the buoyancy in the other ones, so I just assumed that the airbag did not float, even though, realistically, it probably would float a little bit. Yeah, yes, that is a lava lamp. Okay. It does do science, actually. So the lava lamp has the science of observe lava lamp. Yep. And the clock has observe clock. The box has observe cardboard box. This science experiment has observe the sample inside. I know, right? I was debating on getting rid of this mod, actually. Sorry, the clock mod. Because that's the bargain parts. And you've got silly crap like a barbecue as a core. And a strapped-on smartphone with duct tape as a drone core. What else we got? We've got a fire extinguisher as a small liquid engine. And then this one is a blown out something or another. I don't even know. You've got an inner tube with a bell as one of your liquid engines. So yeah, it's very silly. This one is a stack decoupler, which is a very large tire. Or a very small tire. So it's very silly. And as much as I am amused by the silly, it really does not fit anything. So I might remove it. We'll see. But for right now, I'm going to exploit its scientific possibilities. Alright, so we've got a box. That is the biology research lab. Then we have another cardboard box, which does not fit. There we go. Yes. Depth threshold is 100 meters, so I would actually have to go down to do it. And that's the question. I mean, could I let this thing sink and then floaties? Yeah, exactly what you were saying. So maybe I will do that. Oh, dear God. Strap that bitch on the side then, apparently. Because that's not going to fit in any of my containers. Right. I am adding more parts, and we were over the part limit before. So before I do too much more of part adding, I don't think I have fairings yet, but we'll see. I'm going to see if I can upgrade the vehicle bay for more parts, because that would be nice. I can technically do it, but that would be most of my cash. Technically. It's tempting. It's very tempting. But what else is tempting is actually getting money. So I feel like I should attempt to do some of these missions. I do have 2 active contracts, so I'm actually going to bail on this one. Okay. Hello, cat. Come here, cat. Come here. We have cat. I typically stream most nights. Probably won't be streaming tomorrow because of New Year's Eve. But yeah, most nights I do stream, typically starting at about 8:30. This little bugger, I have to actually see where he is on the camera to make sure I'm actually putting him somewhere. There he is. This is Gila. He is called Gila because he is a Gila monster. He puts up with me a lot. Like I can do whatever I want with him for the most part, and he doesn't care. Yeah, 8:30 Central U.S. time. So right now, just for example, it is 10 till 11. Yes, tolerant cats are wonderful. Wonderful, except for when he does not want to be tolerant. Approaching 5 a.m. there, so that would put you in somewhere in Europe. At 6 hours ahead of me, probably on the eastern side of Europe. Lazy and old also tends to be tolerant, yes. Yeah, UK was going to be a solid guess. my last cat had most of his teeth removed. So that was kind of amusing because he didn't seem to notice as much, which I thought he would, but he didn't seem to notice. Alright, so my mission loading thingy went weird. There we go. Okay, there's a button for that. Part testing. Test the rear guard liquid fuel splashdown at Kerbal. Okay. Oh, I had a drooling kitty. He didn't lose all of his teeth. He just drooled. He just drooled for the heck of it. Some of these I don't think I'd be able to do. Because that specific speed requirements and stuff is just too much pain. But I think I will try the splashdown, because I think I can manage that. Yes. Alright, so we're gonna save this and we're gonna new. Actually maybe we're not gonna new. I will just grab this part of it and cut off some of it. Alright, so we're gonna start. That's not the part I wanted to grab. I want to grab this whole thing. God damn it! I'm grabbing everything except for the part I want to grab. There we go. All of it. Okay, so the part that we need to do is the rear guard. Oops. So this is the rear guard. So this is the one that I was using. And it does fall under the tiny things category. MRAP mod. What does that do? Does that let you build a booster and then like compile it into like a single part? That goes under the too big category. Slightly less too big. Not slightly less too big. Okay, fine. It's time for sorting. Either way, I don't know that mod, so... Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. I thought that mod was purely for the dummy weight. I may be confused entirely about what you're talking about. Because you're talking about... oh, I need to do show all. This thing. Test weight. Okay. Yeah, no, saving boosters is stock behavior. I was more confused about what you were doing with this thing. Yeah, no, I'm familiar with the sub-assemblies for sure. I know this mod. Is this the only thing this mod does, though? Because it sounded like you were talking about using this mod for something else, and maybe I'm just confused about what you were talking about. I need a decoupler. That's an odd size. Okay. So we will add... Can I not strap this? That's weird. I can't strap this onto the chute. Let's see what we've got for chutes then. Okay. So let's do this then, just out of curiosity. Can I do this? Okay. So this doesn't do what I thought it was going to do. Thought you'd be able to wrap these around a component. Oh, okay. I did that. I did that to an extent. I ended up just doing all of my builds with a small probe on the top as a test component, and then just labeled them as a relative size. So not with specific delta V's or anything like that. But no, I totally get what you're talking about now. I totally misread what you said before. But that's fine. I can be a little bit dumb sometimes. Alright, so I did notice that the floaties are not in the parachute section, which makes sense because they are not technically parachutes, but still. And I can't resize these. But I can't strap this onto that component, which is weird. So what I think I will need is something like the service bay to strap things onto. Okay. And then I could probably do the same thing down here. And then get another parachute-y thing. Actually, I want to try this parachute and see how that goes. Because that might be a niftier parachute, perhaps. We have this one listed as its own stage. I thought these ones stayed attached to the component. That's weird. Okay. I thought it wasn't. No, so what I've got here is I've got this here as a parachute. This is a parachute, which is attached to this. So this is its own stage. Oh, the chute itself decouples what's above it. Interesting. You are right, that is a decouply. Interesting. I didn't realize that parachute had decoupling on it. Okay. So that probably changes up. I'll just go back to using the other parachute because it's easier. Because this one does not decouple. So now recalculating. This is good now. Okay.
Yes, hello cat. Hello cat.
Okay. Good. Got it. Alright, so this is the rear guard engine that I'm supposed to be testing over the ocean. So what I'm going to do is hopefully burn this thing. Let's see. I wonder if I don't decouple and recover the whole thing as a single component. Tank full. 99% chance of recovery with the tank full, and I will have burned some of it on the way. So we're good. Alright, and this is purely for the sake of doing this mission, which is the testing splashdown at Kerbal. So all I need to do is add some fins, so I can hopefully control the thing. You can go away. So these ones do not have any control surface on them. This has a lifting surface, this has a control surface. Well, I don't think I have much in the way of control surfaces. But I do believe I had control with this anyway because of the probe. What's the stats on that probe? It does have a little bit of a reaction wheel on it, okay. Although supposedly the mod that I have installed cuts off utility of the reaction wheels, but apparently not. At least not entirely. Alright, so this can be Science Bot 2 for now. Yeah, overwrite, because that previous one was crap. And we're going to launch this with the hopes of angling towards the ocean and then just splashing. Eventually. Okay. We are sort of upright. We're going to have to go. I forgot staging again. Oh, dear. At that point, I'm fine recovering it, or reverting it, just because I would have recovered 100% of it anyway. I roll my eyes at myself. Alright, staging. Staging. Okay, go. What? Does this engine not have enough thrust to go? Absolutely. I don't know what that word is, actually. If you're talking about that, that's just a speaker. That's part of my 5.1 system. So this is a successful thrust. It's very gentle. Well, in that case, it very well could be, because it is pretending very successfully to be a speaker. And I would never know. Okay, we are going to stop thrusting, and then we're going to recover. So we apparently need a little bit of help to get this thing moving. I should have checked the thrust to weight. I thought this engine was one of the ones I had used before that thrusted just fine, but apparently not. Thank you for that very accurate analysis. Alright, so we've recovered. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to go rebuild the damn thing, because apparently I can't do it right. It is. Not yet, at least. Okay. So, I'm going to try this a different method. I'm going to take this engine and take this and do that. Okay, and then we're going to grab a decouply thing. There, decouply thing. And we're going to put that there. Okay. And then we're going to grab a parachute thing. Parachute thing. And do that. So actually I can cut off this parachute because that's excess. Okay, and then we need a different engine. So back to filtering the size. Come on. There we go. Module size. Hide all. Size 0. We got a Pomeranian. Okay, so let's make sure the staging here is right. Like that. I will do that. Okay. Okay, so rear guard has 4.6 kilonewtons of thrust in vacuums, or in atmosphere. So that's probably why that didn't work. This one's got 3.77, so that's not going to cut it. This one's got 82, so this one's probably good. This one's got 41. This is the one I used before, the Vanguard. So that should do it. Hopefully. So now we do another stage for that. And we are at thrust to weight at 1.62. Okay. Stage recovery says 100%, so we're good there. Okay. So we should be good to go. We're gonna fall over. I'm gonna remove the camera. That is the vacuum atmospheric. 1.51. I'm so used to not reading those numbers, it's probably very silly of me. Yeah, I made that mistake before, and I was very confused because I didn't know that atmosphere button existed. I thought the default was giving me the numbers at launch. So when I read one that had like a 1.05 or something like that, I'm like, we should be good to just barely thrust upwards. It didn't work. It just sat there, burning on the ground. And I was like, why did this not work? And I never figured it out until I realized there was a damn atmosphere button. Alright, so we're good to go. We are wobbling a little bit, but sass, burn, go. And then towards the ocean. And we should be good to cut thrust. Because we're going to barely splash down here. However, that was the thing that just happened. I am so used to relying on the flight reversion option that this is a new thing to me, having to deal with my consequences. Oh dear, and that's purely a flight consequence. That was just me being dumb and not staging my parachutes at a reasonable time and not realizing that I needed time to come back down slowly again rather than just angle straight at the ocean. So, we're going to try that again. And actually, since this is load problems, I should probably make use of the ability to click directly on the launch pad and launch a rocket directly from there, rather than having to go into the vehicle assembly bay first. I should do that. All of the things I'm learning tonight. Okay. Okay. Be less dumb this time. They probably do, and I should have that on a poster somewhere, because I really need that to be a motto in my life. Be less dumb next time. Right. Well, I still have a thing here. I don't know what it's doing there. That's probably the one that's still sinking. Maybe eventually it's done sinking. Alright, so we're on SAS. We're on Go. I'm going to go a little bit less hard this time. I mean, it's a successful little rocket. It works. Now, I did not do my staging for this part. But you know, I should be able to cut, and then cut, and then that's gonna just parachute off to its own space eventually. Okay. So we should be able to speed up a little bit. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're down to 4 point something. We're good. Pretty sure that was it. Can I? I cannot deploy because I don't have any control. Okay. I'm going to assume that it's going to get recovered then. What? Okay, that was weird. There's a bunch of random floaty things down there. Alright, so we are splashed down, so I can run my test. Test successful. We can deploy. And we can deploy. Oh, SAS is trying to kick in. Stop sassing. Stop sassing. We are coming back up. We're good. Whee! Hooray! We're floated. That was successful. I mean, we're a little bit nose heavy, but that's fine. There's no one in there to drown. So we are going to recover. I'm still not seeing any recovery messages. And I wonder if that's something that only happens if we pass the physics distance. But I'm not positive. Okay, so this one I can recover. Yeah, I was wondering about that. All of these are listed as debris from ScienceBot 2. Oh! I know what this is. So this is 4 of the floaties that detached from my exploded rocket. So all 4 of these ended up sinking and waiting to be recovered. Oh, dear God. Okay. So the floaties did not get destroyed with the rest of the ship. Okay. Got it. Hey, I'm cleaning up after myself. It may be messy, but I'm at least taking care of it. Alright, in flight, in flight, in flight, in flight. Okay. I could probably do some of those, but I really don't like doing the ones that require you to do certain altitudes and speeds. And I really don't like these either, so I'm going to actually ditch all of these. Yo, Royal Sully, how you doing? Okay, so these are pressure readings. And these I don't want either. So now we've offered a whole bunch of part testing. Alright, so we've got the standard flight over whatever. In flight, we've got a splash down, which is good. We've got a flight, and landed. Okay, so I can do a landed because that can be done at the launch pad. So let's grab the landed and go do that quick. What's up? We're playing Kerbal with a whole bunch of mods in it, and trying not to explode. And the load times are really long, so please bear with me. These mods are pretty dope. I've got 216. 216 is my total count of mods. It's a little excessive. I am aware of this, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, so ScienceBot 2. This is just my my junk tester, so I'm going to grab that. And as for the coupler, it's the Fenris. Okay, so we're just going to search for Fenris. Like, all of these are coming up in a Fenris search? That's not right. So Fenris, and it's the 0.93. And that's this one. Okay. We will not do force. Okay. We're good. We're just doing some crap part testing missions right now to get some money. Because the next thing I want to do is upgrade my vehicle assembly bay so that I can have more parts, so that I can do a large orbital science run. Because I haven't done an orbit yet, so I need to do an orbit, and I need to bring all my science along with. Okay, so we are landed, we have tested, we're good. I keep calling it a bay. I mean, it is kind of, in a way, but it is called a building. At least I'm not calling it something else entirely that doesn't even match the acronym. Sure, we'll go with that. Oh, by the way, you haven't seen my background yet. You might have saw a very brief glimpse of it. That's my background. Alright, so now we go grab another mission. Part testing. Sure, one sec. Go for it. Hold on, wait for Nightbot to say something interesting. So Nightbot's pardon is not the same. I don't know how to make Nightbot be less annoying. Does someone want to figure out how to make Nightbot be less annoying? Let me know what command is needed. Oh, pff. I think I'm just dumb. I did pardon instead of permit. Okay, try again. I'm dumb. Alright, so we need in-flight, not in-flight. I know, I did the wrong command. Splash down. Landed. We'll do this one. That might be the next thing I do, is upgrade this first. So I can have more contracts at once, so I can test multiple things at a time. Okay, so splash down, we'll grab... These are all in flights, which I kind of wanted to get rid of. Okay, so we've got orbiting, flight, flight. That didn't work at all. Okay, fine. I'll come back later. Yep, that didn't work at all. Kerbal space program. Wow, okay. What's going on over here? Why is Twitch doing a thing? Oh, there's Twitch doing a thing. Okay. I was afraid that was gonna happen, actually. Nightbot was being very mean and did a ban. Hang on. See if we can fix that. Apparently I can't fix that. I know that there is a way to fix it. I just don't know how to fix it because I don't know Twitch commands and I don't know Nightbot commands very well. I should learn those things. I really should. Sorry about that ban though. Nightbot's kind of a dick sometimes. You should be back soon enough. Actually, let's try to see if the pardon command works again. But that's Scottybot on Mixer side. I don't think that's Nightbot recognizing that command. But I don't have an option in Twitch to do that. The only options I have in Twitch are ban and timeout. I don't have a fix option. Okay. We'll see if it works in here. Or if Twitch is not going to recognize that because it's not coming directly from me. No.
Hey, there we go.
Hooray! Welcome back. Sorry about that. Nightbot, stop being a turd.
Cat, stop being a turd.
Okay. I did not see the link, actually, so let's try this again. Now do the thing. Oh dear, oh dear. There we go. Okay. That's adorable. Which one's Jeb? Okay, so we need the Wildcat landed. And that's this one. Jesus. But Jeb's the pilot. Jeb's supposed to be up front piloting things. And then we need MRS. Okay, so we need this. Okay. Hello, cat. So this thing needs to make it all the way to the ocean. This thing just needs to be tested, landed, which means it could be at the whatchamacallit, launch pad. Yes. So this Wildcat V is hell of a rocket. So I'm not entirely sure. It's not too bad. So let us get some fuel. That's not fuel. This is fuel. Okay. That's not. That's not. So what size is this? Is this the size 1? Or is it size 2? It's not size 2. And it's not size 1. What the hell is this thing? I don't even know anymore. Maybe it is technically a size 1. Maybe these aren't technically size 1s. I am curious. What do they count as in the resize? They count as 0.0938. Which is its own size category rather than size 0 or size 1. So, Blade, if you're still paying attention, that's a thing to note down, is that there is a new size radius from Blue Dog. that is in between size 0 and size 1. Okay, so let's grab... We don't need this. Nice. Good thing we got that covered. Okay, parachutes. Size 1 parachute. That's not a size 1. Utility. Show all. Parachutes. Ah, okay. Another one to look at that's very easy is the Mark IV, because it's a very specifically shaped, large cross-section. It's like twice the size of the Mark II. Okay, so let's grab this and put this on there for now. Actually, let's radial that just so it's weight-wise. I'm sure it is much harder, for sure. But it does have a drone component, which is literally just a long, thin, flat cross-section of the shape, which you could use as a template to make the icon. Pfft, tapers. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. What are you talking about? Okay, I've had this problem a couple times where I can't put the piece back down. I don't know what's causing that. I can put it down not attached, but I can't put it down attached. Interesting. So if I control Z, I can't control Z. Okay, awesome. There are indeed some quirks. Do you know anything about the Chop Shop mod and these radial parachutes? Because they have a surface attachment point on the interior slope where I would think it would go, but I can't attach them to anything. And I don't know what they're for. It does claim to be a modular chute system, so it's possible that there is a base part. Yes, base hub part. So that would be something where I would need to look for the Chop Shop mod. So let's hide all and look at Chop Shop. Because yeah, this is the inline chute. So let's cut out the search here. Aha! Segment, chute, base. And this is probably the part that you were talking about. Okay. So I can no longer attach anything to that part. Yep, it was definitely the part. The part itself went janky. Okay. So now we have segments that can go right in here. Nice. That's nifty. I like it. I will keep that in mind. I don't think I need it right now, but, you know, it's nice to know how to use the thing. So now if I put this back, can I then attach the parts again? Which I think might be possible. So I will show all. Entirely possible. So hide and show size 1. Okay. So I needed the Wildcat V. I do want to grab this smaller part. See, it works just fine. So there was something that decided you're not going to attach anymore. Don't know what that was. That's a cone. Do we have any adapters that we can use? It looks like we have an adapter. See, look at me trying to be, you know, efficient and effective and other words. So this is the MRS decoupler. RS decoupler radial mini. Got it. Okay. So now we need fins of some kind. And these will be just fine. Okay, so supposedly I can test this rocket at the launch pad and then throttle up, go towards the ocean. My TWR is 5.33, so I'm gonna drop that a little bit because that's a little bit too much thrust for my taste. And how's about, what's the weight on this thing? The total mass is 4 tons. It'd be pretty great though, right? So how's about instead we grab this and go back to the chute system, wherever that chute system is, right there. And then we go with the, let's see, this is 2 ton, that's drogue, okay. So if I did a 5 ton on one side, I mean, that's kind of obnoxious that that doesn't really fit in line with anything. I do not understand that reference. So, I mean, that's not great. Why is this radial chute not a matching size for something? Because this is the standard 1.5. And this is the 1.5 to size 0, whatever that is. But this thingy doesn't fit. Then yes, that would be very accurate. I know! Hey, Hoodie, how you doing? I mean, it's not like they're the same mod, but, like, why would they not make this thing match a standard size? That's frustrating. And we're going to make these lights safety lights, because we need safety lights now. Alright, so we are going to do this, and these are going to go back up here. I'm just going to safety test all of the chutes, because why the hell not? Okay. Sup, Adam? How you doing? Tips for growing a ponytail. The only tip for growing a ponytail is grow it long enough to get to a ponytail, and then put it back in a ponytail and forget about it. That's all I got for you. I haven't not had a ponytail since I was like 15, so I don't have an answer to that. Okay, so just rechecking all of my work. I should be good. So we're gonna save this bot, and I'm not gonna think any harder on it right now. Really? I mean, it was pretty gay back when I was 15, but now it's more hip-ish. MPB. Curse you acronyms! Alright, so we're going to throttle down. We're going to run test. Okay. Ah. That's why you two came in at the same time, because you're just absolutely terrible trolls. Got it. Okay, so we are going to throttle up and then go this way. Uh-oh. I just realized. The ship also just realized that it doesn't want to go anywhere useful. The crap are you guys doing? What are you doing, crazy ship? Stop being crazy. What are you doing? Alright, you know what? We're going. We're going. Okay. I don't understand why this is doing weird things. I don't understand why this is doing what it's doing. Stop being a shitheel. No, that was not successful. That was not successful at all. That was very loudly not successful. Okay. Oh god, it's a bunch of 12-year-olds who think they're funny saying funny words. It's really sad. Sad that they have nothing better to do, really. We have a part to recover. Hooray! A part! Nah, trolling's always been edgy. It's always been trying to get that shock factor going. I hate trolling. I hate trolls. Just worthless waste of space. Okay, so that didn't go well, and I don't know why that control went all sorts of janky. Because if it weren't for the control going janky, it would have worked. Except for the part where I forgot floaties. I'm gonna have to remember that. Floaties. Yeah, it's one thing to appreciate the artistry, but I can never appreciate someone who literally goes out of their way to try to ruin someone's day for the purpose of their own enjoyment and amusement. Like, that is the lowest type of person. Because the only way that they're going to be happy in life is to make someone else feel bad. It's just not, it's not cool. So it's entirely possible that this is causing weirdness. What do we have for shoots besides that? We have these, which would be fine. I don't know what the... Oh. 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 Okay. So let's remove this weird thing. So the question is then, what's the weight that they can take? There's not any information on how much they slow down anything. I mean, we've got a drag coefficient of 1. That doesn't help me. So we're going to go with the 4 and hope that that's enough. And otherwise, let's see. This actually needs to be in its own stage. Okay, and then I need the floaties, which are in here. Floaties! Yay! Almost Saturday! Howdy, Lemons, how you doing? Yes, you're from further in the future. Is there any warnings that you have for us? Other than trolls ahoy? Wait, it is Saturday, isn't it? Hold on. Hold on. It is Saturday. Holy crap. So tomorrow's Sunday. Oh, well, I mean, as long as not much else has changed. Alright, so we're going to save that, and we're going to launch that again. Although now I only need to test the radial, but we're fine. Alright. So hopefully this thing does not control like a bus. I know, Lemmings, me too. It's gone by too quickly. I am going to have a chocolate. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment. Chocolate. I'll answer in a minute. Chocolate. Oh god. I don't know why it does that. But we're fine. We're fine. Oh, good lord. I do? Yay! Are these shoots gonna, do a thing? Hey, they did the thing! Well, I think the only right answer is 1. Otherwise, that one would be very mad. Okay. So now we can test. Well, something's floating. Sort of. I don't know what's going on. It's being weird. It's being weird. Hooray for growth indeed. Okay. I'm gonna recover, because we were successful. As weird as that was, we were successful. I know, growth is exciting. Am I? Hold on, am I? I don't think so. Yay! We are successful! Okay, so we've got another splashdown at Kerbal test. Which we can usually do. Orbiting, flight, escape, flight, no. Okay. I think they exist, but they certainly aren't very popular. Alright, so we're going to go do one more Splashy Downy mission. I still don't know your language, Lemmings. I am sorry. You go have fun with that, Lemmings. Alright, so we are going to test the W50. What is the W50? W50. Ah! We have a request to test the spare tire. So we are going to test the spare tire. I was wrong too. I was very wrong. I don't even remember what I guessed. I just remember it being wrong. Okay, Lemmings, bye-bye. Alright, we're gonna strap a floaty to its head right there. We're going to add a little bit more thrust off the bat. I did guess Portuguese, didn't I? Okay, bye. Okay, so rocket go. We want to test the decoupler last. Oh, these decouplers can go away. Merry almost 2018, yes. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow night, so yes, Happy New Year. I'll see you next year, etc. Okay, so that could go at the same time. Just a bit. Okay. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. Okay, there we go. I think it's taking longer again. So we're going to go. And hopefully this thing doesn't lose control on the way. It's losing control on the way. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. It's cute until it decides it's not going to go straight anymore. It's probably related to Ferrum Aerospace and the rocket having a bunch of janky shit strapped to the side of it. And actually affecting the aerodynamics, whereas I'm used to the janky shit not affecting aerodynamics. So I just need to work on better rocket building, apparently. Okay, so we're going to speed up to the end. That didn't work. Everything broke apart. Everything fell apart. The whole thing just kind of collapsed on itself. I love how they added floating to the spare tire. Like, everything else sunk, but the tire float. Yes, I was punished for the janky bits. But everything floats. We're good. Everything's recovered. Except for the janky bits, which probably will have to be recovered manually. Okay. We have success, though. That's all I care about. And this is why I'm doing unmanned missions. Because manned missions would be... I would be out of Kerbals very quickly, is my point. Hello, kitty. Come here. Come here. You know you want up. Come on. Come on. There you go. Say hello to other kitty. This is the kitty that tolerates me a lot less, so I try not to poke her too much. Two kitties. Yes, two kitties. Okay, that's as much as she can tolerate from me. Don't go that way. Oh dear. Now I need to figure out how to get Nightbot to not hate you quite so much. Alright, so now I have to recover... Is there a way to recover all the bits in one shot? Yes, the launch escape systems. I have lots of little fiddly bit debris, because every single piece fell apart. Okay. So I got money back, that's good. I can appreciate that. Alright, do we have any other useful missions? Flight, flight, escape, flight, flight, orbiting, flight, flight, and a bunch of crap surveys. Crap surveys! Go away, crap surveys. Flight, flight, landed! I can do landed. Test the space crane. Ooh. I don't think I've ever heard of Upgoer 5. Nice. I'll have to read that more closely with the lovely blueprint. Alright, so this is the space crane landed at Kerbal. No, no, no. Explained using only the 1,000 words people use the most often. Thing to control which direction the escaping people go? Uh-oh. Kaboom! So speaking of everything on fire and escaping quickly, the game has crashed. We have an actual crash log this time, which is better than I have been getting. I have been getting just straight up Windows not responding. So, I mean, I can study this and see what happened. In the meantime, though, I might just end the stream early, because I don't quite have enough time left to do anything else, and this thing takes 15 to 20 minutes to load. Probably. That is probably exactly correct, yes. So I will look at that in a little bit. But I think that does end it for the night. So, in the meantime, let's look at this quick. The U.S. Space Team's Upgoer 5. The only flying space car that's taken anyone to another world. Alright. Well, thank you. It was fun having you here. And I did notice finally that you subbed, or you followed, I guess is Twitch's term for that. Twitch doesn't give me notices for things, so I miss them sometimes. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Another thing that is a bad problem is if you're flying towards space and the parts start to fall off of your space car in the wrong order. If that happens, it means you won't go to space today, or maybe ever. People box, door, chairs, okay. Part that flies around the other world and comes back from home with the people in it and falls in the water. No, I wouldn't ever expect a sub. I'm not expecting any money from anyone ever, so if it ever does happen, sure, but I don't expect it. But follows is good. Cold air for burning and breathing. This part has had a very big problem once. Part that goes along to give people air, water, computers, and stuff. It comes back home with them, but burns up without landing. Part that flies down to the other world with 2 people inside. Part that stays on the other world. It's still there. Feet that go on the ground of the other world. Ring holding most of the computers. Things holding that kind of air that makes your voice funny. It's for filling up the space lift. Wait. It's for filling up the space left when they take the cold air out to burn it. There we go. Part that falls off third. This part flew away from the world into space and hit the world that we are going towards. The kind of air that once burned a big sky bag and people died and someone said, "Oh, the humans," used for burning. The part of air you need to breathe, but not the other stuff, used for burning. Wet and very cold. Fire comes out here. The part that falls off second. More skybag air for burning, cold and wet. Thing that brings in cold, wet air to burn. More breathing type air for burning, more cold and wet. Fire comes out here. More breathing type air for burning, cold and wet. More funny voice air for filling up the space. Opening for putting in cold, wet air. Part that falls off first. This is full of that stuff they burned in lights before houses had power. It goes together with the cold air when it is time to start going up. Lots of fire comes out here. This and should point towards the ground if you want to go to space. If it starts pointing towards space, you are having a bad problem. And you will not go to space today. That would be amazing to have a mod for that. Because this is pretty great. Alrighty. So now we have ended our stream with XKCD because game has decided not to function anymore. So, thank you all for coming. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you had a good and fun night. And Happy New Year to you all, because I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow night. And yeah. Monday night will be more Kerbals. Civil, you still here? Nice. Monday night will be more Kerbals. Tuesday night will be on Minecraft. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to be around, yes. I'm just not going to be streaming anymore. So if you're going to do a thing, I will come your direction. I'm gonna cut the stream here because it's too late to start anything new, and yeah. You're going to do a thing? Alright, I will come watch you do a thing. Alrighty, also, I have not mentally prepared myself to pronounce your name. I've tried a few times mentally. I'm either thinking Masuko or Musuko. Very Japanese sounding. But either way, thank you. So yes, I'm gonna end it tonight. Civil's gonna go do a thing, so go watch Civil. Whoever's left can go raid Civil. So yeah, have a good night. Bye.